أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. On the 10th of Muharram 61 AH, Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam placed his blessed souls on the plains of Karbala. He looked up towards the heavens and uttered those immortal words, Hal min nasirin yansuruna. Now we know he wasn't talking to those people on that day on the 10th of Muharram. He was talking to me, he was talking to you, he was talking to us. He was asking us, will you stand for what I stood for, and will you stand against what I stood against? Because we have to think, what was so special about that man on that fateful day who took something that kills and turned it into something that saves? Because you see, here he was, seemingly the victim of one of the most crushing defeats known to mankind, yet he emerged victorious, because though they slayed him like a lamb on that battlefield, and by God they slayed him like a lamb on that battlefield, on top of that spear he rose like a lion, and the world has never been the same since. Why? Today you see tens of millions of people flocking towards Karbala, traveling hundreds of thousands of miles just to be by his side, undertaking journeys that are perilous, undertaking journeys with the risk of death just to be by his side. Why? Because on the 10th of Muharram 61 AH, Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam didn't die, oh no. Death itself died on that day. I want that to sink in. Death itself died on that day, on the day of Ashura 61 AH. Hussein conquered death. Hussein conquered death. Which is why we know ourselves that death isn't the final obstacle, death isn't the final culmination or conclusion of our journey. It's one of the vital and pivotal moments in our journey towards our beloved Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam in the afterlife. Why? Because Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam taught us that even through death, you can be more alive than ever. And this is why today in Leicester, on the 21st of November 2015, we all raise our hands, my brothers, my elders, my mothers, my sisters, my children, everyone, please raise your hands and make this pledge with me, that we will stand for what Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam stood for, and we will stand against what he stood against. And even if we have to die at the hands of these brutal terrorists such as ISIS, or as I call them, NISIS, non-Islamic state, we are willing to give that sacrifice just because we want to say the name Hussein with our final breath. So everyone raise your hands and with me repeat 10 times Labbaik Ya Hussein with your loudest voices. Labbaik Ya Hussein! 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 Sallu ala Muhammad.
As we mark the martyrdom, the night of the martyrdom of the daughter of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, inshallah we wish to present 3 poems in front of you today. We have had a lot of requests, and for those requests which we are unable to fulfill, we beg of your forgiveness. Inshallah, we'll take you through a journey which will be in 2 places. We'll talk about 2 relationships between 2 brothers and sisters. We'll start off talking about the day like no other. As we said before in this event, don't think of yourselves being in Leicester today. Think of yourselves being elsewhere. Think of yourselves being in Karbala on the 10th of Muharram 61 AH, because surely your souls can travel there if you wish them to. It is said that one of the toughest tasks for Abu Abdullah al-Hussein on that fateful day was saying goodbye to the family of the Ahlul Bayt. And one thinks to themselves, which were the goodbyes that were the toughest? And I can only think of 2. Inshallah, we'll talk about the second one, but I want to start off with the first one. Imam al-Hussein says his final goodbye to his beloved sister Sayyidah Zainab. I will tell you why this goodbye was so difficult. Because you see, from the moment that Bibi Zainab was born, up until this very moment, Imam al-Hussein had never let her out of his sight. And after this day, what trials would befall her, only he knew. I can only imagine what that final conversation was. Imam al-Hussein says that my trials, my tragedy will end today, but today this is the start of yours. As you will walk through the streets of Kufa and Sham, as you will walk through the streets of Kufa and Sham, bareheaded without a veil, the whole world, every person will be looking at the family of Al Muhammad. But what would Bibi Zainab say back to him? She would say that, Imam al-Hussein, oh my brother Hussein, she would have said, I will go through every trial and tribulation, I'll go through every tragedy that I have to face, but I promise this of you, that from today, for all eternity, the world will remember your name through my sacrifice. And we say this to Bibi Zainab, that without her sacrifice, we would not be here today. That is a guarantee, that is a promise. That final goodbye. As you stand alone, you're looking left and right, can I just ask you as you leave to fight? Since I was born, have you ever left my side? As you walk, you'll see my footsteps by your strides. I'm gonna scream aloud as your pure neck is hacked away. I'm gonna see you in my dreams, see you every day. I'm gonna think of you on that road every step of the way.
Gonna see you in my dreams, see you every day.
Taking one last look at you as you leave, I see fire. Now what do you perceive? Do you see hearts broken like our dreams, or our tents aflame and all the children's screams? Gonna think of you as I run between tents ablaze. Gonna see you in my dreams, see you every day.
Gonna think of you on that road every step of the way. Gonna see you in my dreams, see you every day.
As you walk away, it breaks my heart to see every few steps you turn to look at me. But you're strong enough to handle any grief, but you're broken to leave your family. Gonna smile at you, gonna smile at you every time you turn to look my way. I'm gonna see you in my dreams, see you every day.
Gonna think of you on that road every step of the way. Gonna see you in my dreams, see you every day.
If there's no one to prepare you for the war, you know Zainab would give her life for yours. Without any words, I'll kneel down on the floor, and with these hands I'll help you climb your horse. Gonna help you now, who will help me after today? Gonna see you in my dreams, see you every day.
Gonna think of you on that road every step of the way. Gonna see you in my dreams, see you every day.
I look for a sign while standing on a mound that you're safe with no enemies around. But my heart shakes and I fall to the ground, watching you lay and making not a sound. Gonna run to you to protect you on the burning place. Gonna see you in my dreams, see you every day.
Gonna think of you on that road every step of the way. Gonna see you in my dreams, see you every day.
You have left me with a gift I must return, a little princess, for years who you had yearned. She will be slapped, her body will be burnt, she will die in pain, calling you at every turn. Gonna lay her slowly into a dark and empty grave. I'm gonna see you in my dreams, see you every day. Gonna see you in my dreams, see you every day. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala. After this, Imam al-Hussein made another goodbye, said another goodbye. You see, we just talked about that little girl who Lady Zainab was talking to Imam Hussein about. Imagine the state of Imam al-Hussein when he had to say goodbye to her. Some people call her Ruqayya, others call her Sakina. You see, this girl had slept on his chest from the day she was born. She found peace sleeping on his chest. That goodbye must have been one of the hardest by God. But you see, whenever I think of the day of Ashura and I think about this goodbye, my mind immediately goes to Sham. Because today Imam al-Hussein, in a few days' time, will have 25 million walking towards him to give him condolences for that massacre. But imagine how many will be there in Sham. Maybe a handful, maybe not even that. That 4-year-old daughter of Hussein, you see, Imam al-Hussein, she must have said to him, "Father, I will bear through any pain. There's one difference between us. We have a very similar fate. We will be battered and bruised. When I die, I will be bruised, I'll be bloodied in the same way. We'll both die and be buried without a shroud. But there's only one difference, Father. When you die and you're buried, you will be surrounded by your loved ones. When I die and I'm buried in that prison, there will be no one around me. There'll not even be a candle lit in that place. It'll be so dark and empty. No matter what trials I face, the memory won't be erased. Oh Father, the final embrace, I will not forget that day, the moment that we parted ways. Oh Father, the final embrace, the desert where you would die. We cried in each other's arms, forever we would be apart. 'Cause my fate would be the prison of Sham. We both will be bloodied and bruised and buried without a shroud. The only difference is I will have no loved ones around. A dark and secluded jail is my ultimate resting place. Oh Father, the final embrace.
I crawled on my hands and knees. I want you to imagine the scene. I crawled on my hands and knees and clung to your horse's hooves. I cried and I pleaded with him to stay still and not to move. Please don't take my father away. I can't sleep without his chest. He has been left all alone. Please don't take him to his death. He is broken and wounded and thirsty for many days. Oh Father, the final embrace.
You got off your horse and smiled, then opened your arms to me. I ran into your embrace and held you so lovingly. I said, if you have to go, I have got one last request for only a little while. Please let me sleep on your chest. You laid on the burning sands without uttering a phrase. Oh Father, the final embrace.
I place my head on your chest, and as my eyes shut I saw a lady dressed all in black. She cried out, let my son go. He may cradle you right now, but soon I will cradle him when he falls from that great height and brutally will be killed. I got off immediately. With tears in my eyes I said, oh Father, the final embrace.
The dark nights of the prison, a place I will not forget. In my final moments there, I missed you so much and wept to silence my endless cries. Your killers returned your head. I held your head to my chest. I then shut my eyes and slept. My heart finally at peace. I never awoke again. Oh Father, the final embrace. the final embrace. I want you to take your mind to our final destination. Imagine you're in that prison on that final night. You see, the narrations say that after Lady Sakina passed away, the ladies of the household of the Ahlul Bayt were giving a ghusl, and suddenly there was a scream. Imam Sajjad was called. The ladies were like, what is wrong with this girl? Has she got some sort of disease? Her body is so many different colors that we don't know whether there's fungus growing on it or whether there's an illness that she suffers from. There's blue and black. What is wrong with this girl? We cannot even get the shroud, we can't get this clothes off her. Imam Sajjad said, she's not got any illness, nor is this fungus. If you could see what I saw on that journey, how she was beaten and slapped. She had her earrings stolen, snatched away from her ears. It is said that the reason why her clothes were stuck onto her was because in one of the narrations it said that there was a lady that was on a balcony and she poured boiling water onto the body of Sayyidah Sakina. You know, when I think of this night, there's only one person I think about. I think about what must be going through Imam Sajjad's heart at that time. Why? You see, as a brother, all of you brothers will know this. As a brother, when your sister goes through any tribulations, you always come in front of her and protect her. Imam Sajjad saw on that whole journey what was happening to his sister. The only thing he could do is watch. His hands were tied. I can only imagine that final conversation as he was burying his sister in that grave, what he must have said to her. I could not do any more. I promised my hands were tied as I lay you in your grave, all alone tonight. My sister, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Is this how this brother will get to say goodbye? Your body is scalded, so sunken are your eyes. The slaps you have on your face, the sound of your final cries, the state of your body will haunt me until I die. As I use my bare hands to make a grave in the ground, how can I forgive myself? You don't even have a shroud. My sister, I'm sorry, please forgive me. I raised you with so much love. I fed you with these hands. I could never see you cry. Your wish always was my command. I used to play with you as though we were best friends. Today I am burying you in this foreign land. You were always frightened of the dark when it was night. Forever you lay in a prison where there's no light. My sister, I'm sorry, please forgive me. The night of the orphans, when the tents were all ablaze, you entered the battlefield where bodies lay like a maze. You found our Father, on his chest your cheeks you placed. You found peaceful moments before we were dragged away. We walked on a long road where nights turned into days, and tied to a camel, your body was in chains. My sister, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. The palace where we were stood, our necks and our hands in chains. The enemy asked, "Oh, you the daughter of Hussein?" A tear rolled down your cheek as they laughed at his pain. They pointed and told us to come forward by our names. An evil man asked for you to be a maid for him. An evil man asked for you to be a maid for him. My body began to shake, but I could not move a limb. My sister, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Those nights in the dungeons where you weren't allowed to cry. You stared hopefully at the doves as they used to fly. You wanted to go home and leave all this hurt behind. If you asked for freedom, you would get slaps in reply. I'd say to console you that we will go home soon. But now you were laying alone in a darkened tomb. My sister, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. May Allah grant us all the ziyarah of Sayyidah Sakina alayha.
أفلح من صلى على محمد وآل محمد. A second for the love of Sayyidah Ruqayya Salam Allah alayha. Before we start the Masa'ib, just take a minute. I know your legs must be hurting a little bit. Just take a minute. Stretch your legs out a little bit for just a few seconds, inshallah, and we'll begin the Masa'ib. أفلح من صلى على محمد وآل محمد. The Masa'ib of Sayyidah Ruqayya salamullahi alayha is one that started when they left the city of Medina. And as we mentioned, it still hasn't ended. For today, she's alone. She has no one there next to her today. And we're just going to take you through a brief few moments during the time of where Sayyidah Ruqayya really felt the pinch. It is said that Imam al-Hussein would say that a house without sakina would not be worth living in. And I think it's all too easy to forget when we remember the tragedies of the Ma'sumin alayhim as-salam, that they were just human beings ultimately. They went through the same feelings that we all went through. Age and gender, those same feelings that we have, they encompass the same. So again, as we mentioned at the start, think back to that 4-year-old daughter, or niece, or cousin, or sister, or friend, whatever it is. Associate yourself. This is Sayyidah Ruqayya. And like with any other young girl, she wanted to spend time with her father, play with her father, sleep on her father's chest. It's said that Hussein wouldn't actually move until Sayyidah Ruqayya had actually fallen asleep, and then he would slide her across, just like any father would do. And the incredible thing is that we've heard this hundreds of times, yet tears still flow from our eyes. It is said that when the 2nd of Muharram came, the armies of Yazid then began to gather at Karbala. And listen to what Hussein says to his sister Zaynab. He says, the time has come for you to get Sakina used to going to sleep without me being there for her. Now I don't know whether Sayyidah Ruqayya knew what was going to come or not. But we know that Sayyidah Zaynab and Imam al-Hussein knew, they were foretold by their mother. Imagine the break of heart for Sayyidah Zaynab to prepare Sayyidah Ruqayya. Fast forward, the day comes. Sayyidah Ruqayya looks round, my brothers have gone. My cousins have gone. All of those who I saw and I used to sit with and I used to see my parents play with, they've all gone. And now she looks and you hear the utterance of Al-Atshan, the thirst. The thirst is killing me. Ruqayya, all of the sons and all of the daughters who are left, the thirst is killing me, was the cry. Wa Atshan. The thirst, the thirst, the thirst. And as mentioned, Abu Fadl starts to tremble. He looks and says to Imam al-Hussein, if you don't let me go to fight, then at least let me go to quench the thirst. At least let that be in the moment. It's said that when Al-Abbas was getting the water, the children came across and were waiting with little cups. And you know what little children are like? They will always say, don't worry, I know this is happening. And they'll tell, no, I know this is happening. Sayyidah Ruqayya is telling them, don't worry, my uncle Abbas has never failed me. My uncle Abbas has never failed me. And it's that heartbreaking moment when it's actually registered in her head that he's not coming back. When she sees her father bringing the flag back instead of Al-Abbas alayhi salam.
Abu Fadl, as he reaches that river, quench your thirst, wait your brother. Fill that flask and come faster. Sakina cries for water. Don't worry, Abbas is near. Soon he will be standing here. As he gallops back to us in Abbas, we do all trust. He will reach us, he must. Why is that arrow about to thrust into his eye? Abbas, don't stop, don't worry, the alam's not dropped. The alam now starts to fall. Why is his with him no more. Why is Hussein's name being called? Abbas hits the sand, oh Lord. Hussein runs to his brother. I failed, I'm sorry, master.
She's lost her older brother. The symbolism behind this is what's an older brother, that guardian. She then loses her uncle, another guardian. And then the moment comes when she sees Hussein mounting his horse. Imam al-Hussein has said his goodbyes to everyone. Right now, at this moment, his aim is just a battlefield and to go and serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala till his very last. And as we all know, he mounts that horse. He shakes the horse to make Zuljana go into the battlefield, and it stops. He tries again and again, and it stops. He looks left, right, up, and then he looks down. He sees Sayyida Ruqayya clinching onto that leg. It's said that Sayyida Ruqayya says, "O horse, do not take my father away. O horse, do not take my father away. No horse, no, you will not bring back my father. Since dawn, everyone that has gone into the battlefield has not come back. Please, please, horse, do not take my father away. I will not be able to live without my father, please." Hussein gets off his horse and he says, "My darling Sakina, do not cry, my love." What a statement. How much does that hold? A father saying to a daughter, "Do not cry, yet I know you're thirsty, yet you know that I'm about to get killed, yet do not cry." What else can I say? He says, "My darling Sakina, do not cry, my love. Did you not give me permission to go? Sakina, my darling, go. Go and recite du'as with your auntie and your mother. Your grandmother is waiting for me." And Sakina replies saying, "Father, I am so used to sleeping on your chest every night. Tell me, Father, how am I going to sleep without you? Father, just one last request. Please let me lie down once more on your chest." Hussein lies down on the plains of Karbala, and Sayyida Ruqayya puts her head on her father's chest. And after a few seconds, Sakina gets up and says, and watch the courage, "Go, Father, go. Fi amanillah, Father, fi amanillah."
Sakina, my dear, come and take some rest right now. Close your eyes and sleep on your father's chest. Hold me tight. Don't let's go, for I fear for tomorrow. No more dreams for you, just tales of sorrow. Your lips are parched and your body's frail. Ya Allah, why is this all so real? Weren't you born to be a princess, my sweet? Why are all these thorns then stuck in your feet? Sakina, my dear, come and take some rest. Close your eyes and sleep. Sleep on your father's chest. Hold me tight. Don't let's go, for I fear for tomorrow. No more dreams for you, just tales of sorrow.
It's said that when Sham Ghariba, Shimmer comes to Sayyida Ruqayya, Allahu Akbar. Shimmer comes to Sayyida Ruqayya and slaps the face of the granddaughter of Rasulullah and Imam Ali alayhi salam. It is said that Shibr then comes and grabs the earrings of Sayyidah Ruqayyah, and instead of taking them out like a normal human being does, he rips them from her ears. This is Sayyidah Ruqayyah. I can only just envisage what the body of Abu Fadl does when he sees this sight from the banks of Furat. They start rounding up the women and children. Sayyidah Zainab with the other ladies start rounding up the children. And they see that one is missing. And that one young girl is Sayyidah Ruqayyah. They search and they search and they look out for where she is, knowing that there's only one place where she must be. They go towards the body of Hussein, which has no head, and they see Sayyidah Ruqayyah clinching, holding on to him.
I can smell that putrid blood of the enemies, but the scented fragrances of paradise through the martyrs. I can smell the sweetness of victory, but the sourness of the struggle. I can smell something familiar coming from the dark. Can now silence battlefield. As I walk towards it, it leads to the scent which I'd inhale. It will lead to the scent which I'd inhale before I'd sleep every night. The headless body of my father.
And during Sham Ghariba, Sayyidah Zainab has a vision. She has a vision and she sees a man on a horse riding towards her. With Al-Abbas gone, she is now the one that protects the camp. Sayyidah Zainab says, "Oh man on the horse, please do not come any nearer. I have just managed to get the children to sleep. We have nothing left of us, please go away." The rider yet still continues riding towards Sayyidah Zainab, and Sayyidah Zainab, in her might of Abbas, lifted a broken spear and warned, "Stop, stop there, I am the daughter of Ali and I am warning you to stop." He spoke and says, "Daughter Zainab, do you not recognize your father Ali ibn Abi Talib?" She goes and embraces his feet. And she says, "I'm so glad that you have come, although it's too late. Where were you when Ali Akbar was killed? Where were you when Qasim was killed? Where were you when Abbas was killed? And when Abbas is killed, Hussein was killed, father." He says, "Zainab, my daughter, you're very tired. I've come to guard your tents. You have a lot to do tomorrow, lots of sleepless nights. Go to sleep, and I'll guard the tents." And the poet now continues in the words that he feels Sayyidah Ruqayyah would now have said.
I can see the corpses of the inhabitants of God's wrath, but also the glowing kings and princes of paradise. I can see the moon has fallen from space. I'd always have to look up to see my uncle's face, but this time his face is balanced upon a spear. I can see the lives taken from the pure youth, envisaging the futures of my cousins and brothers, but now their future is alongside my grandfather. I can see my grandmother's comforting arms, ready to embrace me soon.
And it just shows the young nature of Sayyidah Ruqayyah, that when in the prison, she would stare at the flock of birds going towards their nests at sunset. And her innocent nature makes her ask, Sayyidah Zainab, will Sakina be going home like those birds flying back to their homes? She falls into a dream and she wakes up crying and she's looking around for her father. The cursed Yazid is awoken due to the cries of Sayyidah Ruqayyah, a young girl who has lost her father, who has lost her uncle, her brothers, who has seen tragedies that we never let our children see. And she says, "Oh my dear aunt, where is my father? A few minutes ago I was with my father and he kissed me and said to me that my dear Sakina, you will soon be with me, but where is my father now?" Yazid the curse sets the head of Mawla alayhi salam to Ruqayya in a plate. And Ruqayya falls into more crying and more crying, clutching onto the head of Hussein, clutching on and not wanting to let go. She clutched her father's head and asked, "Who cuts off my father's head? Who martyred my father? Why are we held as captives?" And all of a sudden the noise of cries goes to silence. Was it a sleep or a permanent sleep? Zainab calls for Sajjad to come over to check. He goes to check the pulse of Ruqayya and feels no more breathing left and feels a cold body. The burial takes place in that same place, buried in a dungeon and then is reburied after. But the tragedy that really hurts the souls of the believers, and any father sat in this room, is that when they were doing the ghusl and kafan of Sayyidah Ruqayya, when they were doing the ghusl and kafan of Sayyidah Ruqayya, they saw on her body that due to the injuries and the burning tents, clothes had actually intermingled with her flesh. A 4-year-old girl, and these clothes had intermingled within her flesh. And it just makes you think this wasn't the first time that a lady within Ala Muhammad, that their ghusl and kafan was a surprise. We think to Lady Fatima, and we think when Imam Ali, the one who lifted the door of Khaybar, came across her rib and started trembling. And it repeats with the granddaughter of her, Sayyidah Ruqayya. But the one part that I don't think we'll ever be able to understand is the tragedy of when Imam al-Hussein has fallen by this point. The world is now looking towards that one point in Karbala. Hussein is left alone on the plains and they all cry out, "Finish him," they all cry. And it's said that they take him to the ground with stones that they throw. Hussein is left there. No one is able to carry out this deed. Yet they go to Hussein and they don't just use any sword. They use a little blade that is blunt that this Daesh used on today, and they use that to behead their Mawla Hussein alayhi salam.
Hussein is struck and collapses to the floor. Screams and cries from the tents, definitive sounds. May Allah have mercy on the one who calls with me, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya. Droplets of blood embrace the floor from the heavy clouds around Imam's body. Appears thugs within a crowd. Finish him, they call. Why do you wait? Even the worst of souls start to realize their mistake again. May Allah have mercy on the one who calls with me, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein. The deed is done and Karbala shakes. Hussein lies unmoved. Zainab looks onto her brother in this state. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Wa sayalamu alladhina zalamu ayya munqalabin yanqalibun wal 'aqibatu lil muttaqin. Brothers, please stand up for the matam. Jazakumullah khair al-jaza. Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya. Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein. Come closer, Ya Hussein. Filling these gaps. Jazakumullah khair jaza. Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein. Matem, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein. Loud, mashallah, Ya Hussein. Ya Allah. Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, mashallah. Ya Hussein. Jazakumullah khair al-jaza. Please learn the chorus and recite it with me. Abbas, please call me by my name, oh please, oh brother. I now feel lonely. With you gone, who'll be flag bearer? Abbas, please call me by my name, oh please, oh brother. I now feel lonely. With you gone, who'll be flag bearer? Matam, I look to you as the bearer of this army. I look to you as the bearer of this army. You stand so firm and you confirm our safety, but now you've fallen. What do I do? You're cut into lay in my lap, baby moon's lamp. That's now your stamp. That's now your stamp. Abbas, please call me by my name, oh please, oh brother. I now feel lonely. With you gone, who'll be flag bearer? Abbas, please call me. Abbas, please call me by my name, oh please, oh brother. I now feel lonely. I now feel lonely. With you gone, who'll be flag bearer? Abbas says, oh master, how can I say that word? Abbas says, oh master, how can I say that word? My mother said, this man respect until you die. To the poet Sadiq Damani, Abbas says, oh master, how can I say that word? My mother said, this man respects until you die. But so master, just one request, remove the blood from my eyes so I can see you one last time. You one last time. Abbas, Abbas, please call me by my name, oh please, oh brother. I now feel lonely. I now feel lonely. With you gone, who'll be flag bearer? Abbas, please call me. Abbas, please. I now feel lonely. I now feel. Who'll be flag bearer? Hussein asks, what will I say to Hussein asks, what will I say to Ruqayya? You're her hero, her warrior, the thirst quencher. Her heart will break, her fears will wake. Uncle, awake. For her it's like a huge earthquake. For the water's sake, for the water's sake. Abbas, Abbas, please call me by my name, oh please, oh. I now feel lonely, I now feel lonely. With you gone, who'll be flag bearer? Abbas, please call me. Abbas, please call. Oh, please. Louder, mashallah. Jazakumullah khair jaza. I now feel lonely. Who'll be flag bearer? I look to you as the bearer of this army. Ya Allah, I look to you as the bearer of this army. You stand so firm and you confirm our safety, but now you've fallen. What do I do? You're caught into lay in my lap, be the moon's lamp. That's now your stamp. That's now your stamp. Abbas, Abbas, please call me by my name, oh please, oh. I now feel lonely. I now feel with you gone. A flag bearer, loud Abbas, Abbas, please. By my I now feel lonely. You'll be flag bearer. Abbas says, oh master, how can I say that's what Abbas says, oh master, how can I say that's what my mother said? This man respects until you die, but so master, just one request, remove the blood from my eyes so I can see you one last time, you one last time. Abbas, Abbas, please call me by my name, oh please, oh bro. I now feel lonely, I now feel gone, who'll be flag? Abbas, please call me. Abbas, please call. I now feel. Hussein asks, what will I say to Ruqayya? Hussein asks, what will I say to Ruqayya? You're her hero, a warrior, the thirst quencher. Her hearts will break, her fears will wake. Uncle, awake. For her it's like a huge earthquake. For the water's sake, for the water's sake. Abbas, please call me by my name. I now feel lonely, I now. MashaAllah, Abbas. Abbas, please. Ya Allah. I now feel. MashaAllah. Picture the scene, the world's just seen a tragedy. Picture the scene, the world's just seen.